All right, guys, let's talk about the fact that no diet, no weight loss, no fat loss diet is sustainable. And using that information, let's talk about why crash diets are actually pretty good. Okay? The thing is this, no weight slash fat slash whatever loss diet is ever going to be sustainable. Okay? Even if it's one of these little, flour, let's be happy, woo woo diets where you eat your favorite foods and all you do is you just, count your calories and you take in, whatever, a few hundred calories, like 500 calories a day less, okay, than you're burning, which over 7 days is 3,500 calories, which theoretically, but not practically, is like 1 pound of fat loss a week. Okay, let's say you do something like this. You are starving yourself and you are going to die if you continue to eat like that. Okay, I don't care if you're 900 pounds overweight, if you lose a pound a week, okay, of mostly fat, within 900 weeks, you'll lose those 900 extra pounds, and then at some point, you'll be like dangerously low because you'll be losing more and more body fat, okay? You're gonna be losing more and more muscle, and at some point, you're gonna die of starvation because of this tiny little 500 calorie a 500 calorie a day deficit, this 1 pound a week weight loss, okay? Now, obviously, okay, no weight loss. If you're losing weight, it means you're taking in less food than you're burning, less calories than you're burning. Now, if you do that, after you get to your ideal weight, that whatever you want to, if you continue taking in fewer calories, you're gonna continue to lose weight, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, whether you're on a crash diet where you lose a lot of weight real quick, or you're on a more aggressive but scientific diet like my pure protein diet, or whatever you're doing, or even if you're just on a little flour, if it fits your macros, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, count your calories diet, the fact is you are basically starving yourself, okay? You're causing your body to eat its own, hopefully mostly fat, but your own tissue, okay? Because you're not eating enough. So you're always going to have to do a diet. Then when you get down to the point where you're at, where you're happy, you're gonna have to increase your calories to maintenance, and then you'll maintain your weight, okay? Now, since no diet is really sustainable, why is it that when somebody does like a transformation or like a rapid fat loss diet, okay, whether, like I said, whatever kind of diet it is, whether it's some stupid fad diet or if it's something like the pure protein diet, which I have come up with because of experimenting with keto. Ronald McDonald has like rapid fat loss, which is a variation of PSMF, protein sparing modified fasting, which is basically a starvation diet with more protein in it, so you don't literally eat your organs, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is any diet where you lose fat, okay, you're going to have to come off of. So why is it that people are like, oh, well, you could do this for the rest of your life. You cannot do Weight Watchers for the rest of your life, because if you don't increase those calories and if you don't get to the point where you're at maintenance, you're going to die even just counting calories with Weight Watchers, okay? So why is it that people think that something like the pure protein diet is just such a bad thing, okay? You're gonna have to transition out of any diet. You might as well lose a lot of weight quickly, a lot of fat quickly, and then transition out of it. Now, let me just go ahead and throw this out. You go on the pure protein diet, okay, which basically means you get your body fat adapted, you're breaking down fat into ketones, using them for energy. On a keto diet, you're basically combining body fat and dietary fat, the fat you eat and drink, okay, and you're using those together as energy. Now, there's a competition here, okay? So, wouldn't it make sense if you kept your protein where it's at, if you kept your carbs where they're at, which is pretty low if you're keto, okay, and you're fat adapted, and then you just cut down on the amount of fat you're taking in. Now, this would do two things. First of all, cutting down on the amount of fat you're taking in would cut down on the total amount of calories you're taking in, okay, more of a deficit. Also, because your body is fat adapted and you're only eating basically ketones from fat anyway, the less fat you eat, the more body fat you're going to have to break down. That means you'll be breaking down more body fat in a shorter amount of time by lowering, not eliminating like PSMF, not eliminating like a starvation diet, the fat, but cutting it down considerably from what normal keto is, okay? So like I said, fewer calories, less fat, more body fat's going to have to be burnt because of you have the caloric intake you need is reduced, so you need more body fat to burn to make up for the reduced caloric intake. And second, you're taking in less dietary fat, so you're going to have to break down more body fat to make ketones for energy. Okay, you do that for a while, and it really depends. Okay, if you're very overweight, you're going to be able to break down your body fat easily. Okay, so you could stay on this diet for a really long time. If you are leaner and you just want to get that last 5, 10, 15 pounds off to be really lean, you're going to be able to go on it for a shorter amount of time, but you're going to get really good results. So what do you do then? Well, let's say we do this. Let's say you go ahead and you work out like with me. Okay, I work out 4 times a week with weighted calisthenics. Okay, I do twice a week squats and deads and some cardio. I do twice a week, I do weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, and some cardio. Twice a week, I only do abs and cardio, and once a week I take completely off. I usually walk around all day with my girlfriend through whatever city or town. We just drive somewhere and walk around all day, okay? So 3 days a week, I've got either abs and cardio or just walking, okay? So what do you say after I go ahead and do the pure protein diet for a while and I cut a lot of fat, but I still might want to lose a little bit more, but it's kind of getting to me, I'm really depleted. Let's say I go to maintenance calories the 4 days a week that I work out, and then the 3 days a week that I only do abs and cardio, or the 3 days a week that I do, where I just walk around on Sundays, I just go ahead and I stay on the pure protein diet. Now this does a whole bunch of things. First of all, I'm not that extreme, okay, of a depletion starvation diet, because 4 days a week I'm eating at maintenance. Okay, those are the 4 days when I need more energy for my workouts, to recover from my workouts, etc. But the other 3 days where I do less hard strength training, okay, I could go ahead and just do pure protein. Okay, not literally pure protein, my pure protein diet, which has quite a bit of fat in it, believe it or not. Okay, so I'm still over the week in a pretty serious deficit, but I'm kind of going up and down. Like when I need more fat, more calories, more energy, I'm taking it in. When I don't really need the fat, the calories, the energy, I'm taking in less. So it does a couple things. It doesn't get my metabolism down-regulated or whatever. Metabolic damage is like a buzzword these days, which I don't really believe in, but whatever. It keeps that from happening. It keeps your metabolism from slowing down. It keeps you from getting too depleted. You only go on the pure protein diet for a day or two, and then you're on like a normal keto-ish diet. So, you have like in the back of your head, hey, tomorrow I'm going to be having more fat, So it's not really that hard. But like I said, over the week, you're going up and down. You're having high fat days, low fat days, high fat days, low fat days. So your body keeps guessing, so you keep losing fat. But wouldn't this be great for a recomp, because you still have more energy to go through your workouts and to recover from your workouts? And even on the days when you aren't working out, you're still taking enough protein to recover, okay? The only difference is, like I said, you're just taking in less fat, which is an energy food. So let's say you do that for a while, okay? Then after a while, when you get down really to where you want to be, okay, you made an extreme weight cut, lost a lot of fat, then you rotated high and low fat days depending upon what workouts you were doing. Okay, so you continued to lose more weight at a little bit of a slower pace, okay, a little bit more comfortable pace. Then after that, you go ahead and you're like, fine, you're at the point where you want to be, maintenance calories every single day, and you maintain your weight, okay? Isn't that a good idea? Something happens, for some reason you get a little chubby, you throw in a couple days on the pure protein diet. You're already fat adapted. And this is one of the reasons why I think it's such a good thing to stay on a low carb diet year round, because you want to bulk on low carbs. You don't have to, oh no, I need to get into ketosis and I need to go through the keto flu and I need to break my sugar addiction and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're already low carb, okay? You just go right into a bulking diet. You go from a bulking diet, you want to go into a cut. You want to do, like I said, fat cycling. All these different diets, all these different things that you can be doing are all working together, because once you one time get your body fat adapted, you're fine, As a matter of fact, my cheat days, I call them keto cheat days. I'll take in more calories, but it will be all fat. I mean, I had a keto cheat day the other day. If you watch me on Instagram, my stories, you'd see it. Plate of bacon, threw some cheese on top, put it in the microwave, ate it. I made some keto taco salad, which is basically just, whatever, lettuce, greasy ground beef on top, and some cheese, maybe some sour cream and jalapenos. Basically, it was just like a bunch of cheat day food, but it was still keto, okay? So what I'm basically saying is, if you stay keto, if you stay low carb, okay, you could go from cutting to bulking to maintenance to mixing it up and recomposing. You never have to go in and out of ketosis. And like I said, what's really the big deal about doing a crash diet? Because it's like I said before, if you lose a pound or two a week, okay, and you have 100 pounds to lose, that's like 1 to 2 years that you're going to have to stay on a diet consistently until you get the results you want, okay? Let's say we could speed that up a little bit, okay? And you could lose a whole hell of a lot of fat, a whole hell of a lot faster, okay? A lot of people are going to say, well, you don't have to go on too extreme of a diet. But if you are like seriously overweight, 100 pounds plus, even just 50 pounds plus, but if you're on like 100 or a couple hundred pounds that you have to lose, I mean, you're looking at like somebody who's never really dieted, okay? Somebody who, even a normal casual diet will be hard. So my experience working with people who have a lot of weight to lose is it's easier for them to aggressively diet. Like I said, since they have so much fat, it's easy for them to lose the fat. It's easy for them to burn it as fuel. So you're gonna diet for a shorter amount of time, not years, okay? You're gonna cut it down considerably, okay? In the beginning, you're gonna be losing a lot more than 1 to 2 pounds a week, number one. Number two, you're gonna see the difference on the scale. I mean, if you go from 300 pounds to 299 pounds, that's not really a whole lot. And then God forbid, the next week, you might lose another pound, but then you gain a pound of water because, some days you just gain a pound for no reason. You may have lost a pound of fat, but you gain 2 pounds of water. Net result, you gain a pound, okay, on the scale. So you go from 300, a whole week of dieting, a whole week of not eating your ho-hos or whatever. Now you're down to 299. Great, you lost 1 pound. And then a week later, because you gained 2 pounds of water, but you lost a pound of fat, you're still like you're at 300 again, okay? Because you gained a pound, okay? Or you lost a pound, but since you gained a pound of water, you're still at 299. I mean, imagine how that's going to be for somebody who hates dieting, who's never dieted, who's not in the dieting mentality, who has 200 pounds or 100 pounds to lose. And like I said, and then all of a sudden he goes a week, loses a pound. The next week he doesn't lose anything or maybe gains a pound. It's really hard. Imagine if you could lose like 4 or 5 pounds a week, okay, consistently for a person who's extremely overweight. So like I said, that's basically my idea. Crash dieting, the reason why crash dieting is such a problem is because people get themselves in trouble by eating 10 pizzas a day and a dozen donuts, okay? Then they go on a diet, they lose a whole lot of weight. Then they go back to eating 10 pizzas a day and a dozen donuts, and they're like, the diet didn't work. And people will tell them, the diet didn't work. The diet did work. That's why you fucking lost all the goddamn weight. You went back to doing the same dumb shit you did in the first place. And once again, I've said this in other videos, but what the fuck does that have to do with the diet? It's like you blow all of your money, you fucking run up your credit cards, you go to fucking, buy shit that you cannot afford, get yourself totally in debt, almost bankrupt yourself, then you do whatever, Dave Ramsey or whatever shit it is, and you fucking cut out your cocktails and you cut out your cappuccinos and shit and save a penny here and a penny there. When you get yourself back to zero, you've done, fixed your credit, you've taken care of all your debt, you're at zero. And then you go to fucking Vegas, which you can't afford, but you throw it on a goddamn credit card because your credit's fixed again. You fucking get all kinds of credit in fucking Vegas. You pawn shit. You fucking buy shit you fucking can't afford, and you're in debt again. Are people going to say that David Ramsey shit doesn't work? No, they're going to say you fucking moron. You fucked yourself by acting like a financial jack-off. Then you got your shit straight, and then you fucked yourself again by doing the exact same thing you did again. Why don't they blame David Ramsey for that shit? Basically, that's the same thing that you're doing with a diet. You go on a diet, you lose a lot of weight, the diet obviously worked, and then you go back and do the same shit that got you in trouble in the first place, okay? So like I said, it's not the fucking diet. The diet worked or you would not have lost the fucking weight in the first goddamn place. The problem that you're having is you're doing a diet and then you're going back to the same shit that got you in trouble. You're going back to Vegas and gaining 500,000 pounds, okay? That's basically, like I said, that's the David Ramsey thing, and that's the same thing fucking here. Is David Ramsey even that guy I'm talking about? I don't even give a fuck. I don't pay attention to that crap. But the bottom line is this, like I said, you know, if you get yourself out of debt and get yourself back in debt doing dumb shit, people will say you got yourself in trouble doing the same shit you got in trouble with the first time. If you lose weight on a diet and you eat 10 pizzas and a dozen donuts a day, people will say the diet didn't work, which is funny because when you're on the diet, you actually did lose weight. The problem comes from transitioning out. So if you're interested in this, check out Low Carb Cutting and Bulking. As always, link in the description. It has the pure protein diet. It has fucking low carb, lean bulking diets, okay? How to eat at maintenance, how to get fat adapted, all that's in there, okay? So this will allow you to get your body fat adapted, to go ahead and lose weight, to transition out of the pure protein diet into a maintenance diet, or to start, like I said, if you want to recompose and lose a little bit more but more slowly, you can go ahead and start rotating your high and low fat days and eventually transition into like a maintenance or a lean bulking diet. With this information, you can spend the rest of your life losing weight, getting where you want to be at, then maybe building some muscle, then maybe tightening up again, then maybe, you know, building again and then losing again until you get to where you want to be, until you're as lean as you want to be, until you're as muscular and as strong as you want to be. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep the questions coming. I'm going to try to keep answering them all. Definitely follow me on Anaerobics on Instagram because, like I said, I've been showing a lot about, you know, like our shopping trips, going out, cheat days, normal days, refeed days, you know, basically what I've been doing on the pure protein diet. And like I said, if you're at all interested in recomposing your body, I'm telling you, get fat adapted and use diets that are low carb to cut fat, recompose, build lean muscle, whatever it is that you want. It's all in Low Carb Cutting and Bulking. Check out the description below. There's going to be a link there. And other than that, keep the questions coming. I'll see you guys in the next video.